Hey guys! Okay, so I'm gonna try to make this video quick while the kids are playing. They're starting to argue, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. Yesterday I had my MRI and that was awful, and I never want to have one again, although I know I'm gonna have one probably a couple times a year and I'm just gonna have to probably get used to it. But they really suck. I've never had an MRI before. And if you've had an MRI, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't had an MRI, then they're awful. Especially when you are 6 months pregnant and the baby is laying on your sciatic nerve and like you had to lay on this hard board and you can't move for 45 minutes. It sucked really bad. Like, it was just awful. And they ask you if you're claustrophobic. And I told them no, because I didn't think I was claustrophobic. And wrong. I did not like being in that small space. It's like this tube, and like you can't see anything but the circular walls around you, and it's awful. So I tried to close my eyes and just sleep, but I couldn't because the baby was just like bam, 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 because she did not like it because it was loud. And yeah, it was pretty awful. And then about halfway through the MRI, they got me out. Well, they wheeled me out of it and gave me an IV and injected that it's called a gadolinium dye. So that like lights up the cancer cells, and so that gave me a really nasty taste in my mouth, and it was really gross, and it made me feel sick to my stomach, and I really thought I was gonna vomit in this machine. And there's this big contraption on my head, and like I thought I was just going to choke on vomit. It was awful. So going into that appointment, I was fine, and then I had to sign a consent to get the gadolinium dye, which like I said is that dye that highlights it lights up the cancer cells so they can see like the border lines around it and everything. The thing about that dye is they don't recommend it normally for women who are pregnant because there are no significant studies proving that it is safe during pregnancy. That also means there are no significant studies proving that it is unsafe during pregnancy as well. So I had 4 physicians actually all have a meeting about this, and they all mutually agreed that in my case it was extremely needed so they don't go into surgery blind per se, and so they can make sure they get all the cancer. Because if I was to put off surgery, then this cancer could get bigger, and then it's harder to treat and control, and they want to get that taken care of now. Anyways, I was pretty nervous after the MRI. I just prayed and prayed and prayed that she'd be okay, and I can report that she is fine. She's kicking and she's moving around, and yeah, so I am very thankful for that. The results of the MRI came in like directly after I had the MRI. It was a ASAP, like a stat scan, and the results came back great. My cancer has not spread. It is just localized in this spot right here where they thought it was, and so it hasn't spread to the lymph nodes or any bones or anything like that, not in the eyeballs or anything. So they are good to go with surgery, and I don't have a scheduled surgery date as of yet, but I do know it's going to be next week. And if it's not next week, it's going to be like early the week after. I know that it has to be before my 3rd trimester, which is approaching very, very, very quickly. I am 25 weeks and 5 days now, and so 26 weeks, you're either in your 3rd trimester, 27 weeks or 28 weeks, I forget which one, but so they're trying to rush that, but they are confident that they can remove all of the cancer, and they will send the tissue that I have from the surgery to pathology and determine if there might be any like small remaining cells that need to be radiated, and if so, then I'll have radiation after the baby is born, but there is also a good chance that I might not need it after the baby is born. So basically, to determine that is after the baby's born, I'll have like blood work and another MRI just to make sure. If they say I don't need it, they'll do that just to make sure. And they said there's a good possibility that they might just go ahead and do it just to be safe. And then obviously the every 6-month scans, because this cancer is a sucky kind of cancer and it just likes to come back in and never leave you alone. So screw you, ACC. Anyways, I am getting a better attitude about this. I sulked around for like a week, literally cried every day, off and on, just like did not even want to get out of bed. I was so depressed. I was like, man, this sucks. But then I realized that I can't have that attitude, and it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it, so might as well just live life and do what I can to treat this thing. It could grow back in 6 months, it could grow back in a year, it could grow back 5 years. Maybe I'll be lucky and it doesn't grow back for 10 years. Who knows? But whenever it does, I am just going to kick it in the ass again. Seriously. And get it over with. That's all I gotta say about that. So, yeah. The sucky thing is, they say you only have like a 15% survival rate after 15 years after your first diagnosis of it. And there have been ACC patients who have lived to 20 years after their first diagnosis, but I fully intend on living past 20 years. And I'm trying not to think of that because, crap, 20 years from now I'll be 46 going on 47, and that is way too young to die, and I'm not even going to think about that. So anyways, I just wanted to give a little update. I've got to clean my house and feed my kids, and yeah, Travis and I are going out tonight with a couple friends. We're gonna go bowling, and we're gonna go out to eat and go bowling, and we're supposed to get really bad weather tomorrow, which sucks. So anyways, that's all I have to update everyone on. Sorry about these lovely iPhone updates. I haven't done these iPhone updates, I think, since I was like trying to conceive Alex, and I just really don't have time to do the sit down, upload to the computer, edit every single freaking clip, put music, put a trailer, and like, I don't have time to do that right now. And yeah, I didn't even put makeup on for this video. See how much I care now? But seriously, thank you everyone who has been so generous and following me and commenting and praying, and I really appreciate it, and I'm really so grateful for everyone. But this is a 10-minute video, and if you're still watching, you guys rock. So I'll talk to everyone later.